What is going, y'all? This is the Mic Check Show Season 2. This season, we have very special guests coming on. This episode is sponsored to you by the Yacht Ski Plug Miami. If you're ever in Miami, need a yacht, need a boat, or any of your aquatic needs, go into the description below and use that code for Yacht Ski Club Miami. Oh, messed up already. Anyways, this episode is going to be a really good one. We have a really special guest here today. And once again, my name is Suave, also known as ShantiDaGoat.
My name is SimbaTheSpeaker, also known as Deep Nigerian Prince.
And today we have a very special guest. He's been growing on the internet very, very rapidly. He talks about masculinity, entrepreneurship, women, and the art of money making. We have the one and only Alex Inman. Please introduce yourself, brother.
Man, like you said, the one and only Alex Inman, fresh from Atlanta, Georgia, here in Miami, kicking it with Simba and Shanti. And man, I'm just ready to drop some game.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So actually, I wanted to start off with something. I was looking at a lot of your content,
right.
And I see that you are well articulated, right? So I have a question on here. Why was articulation important to you?
Well, it wasn't something that I tried. It was something that I was forced to learn. Because when I got out of college in 2011, I was struggling with finding work. And then when I found my first job out of college, that lasted about 10 months.
Okay.
So I learned a lot of early lessons in my career, which is the only hand you can depend on is the one at the end of your wrist. And what I mean by that is here it is, I graduate college in 2011, I get a job, and because the company was cutting back, and I was the last person hired, I was the first person fired. So here it is, 2012, I'm working and I get cut from this job, but I got bills, bro.
Yeah.
I got a car, apartment, et cetera, and I never forget I had to get on unemployment. And this was around spring 2012. Now, I wasn't ashamed to get on unemployment. It's free money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went to that office. I stood in that line and I filled out that application.
Get that money.
I think it was like $200 a week back in 2012. Bro, listen, if you broke and you ain't got nothing, $200 is like $2,000.
That's real. Yeah.
When you broke, money is amplified.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of money that people think's a little bit of money is a lot of money for somebody who ain't got it.
Yeah.
So I was getting $200 a week, and here it is. I'm going to interview after interview after interview after interview. And I can't get hired to save my life. So I'm like, man, I done went to college for all these years to be on unemployment for $200 a week. So I went to college for 7 years to be on unemployment. So here it is. I'm going on all these interviews, and the only company that gave me a shot was a sales job, selling cable. And obviously it was a commission position. They had something that was called the draw.
Okay.
The draw is when you make a commission for the company, they'll take what they lent you. So they lend you money. Okay. So let's say I'm working for this company, and the first week I'm training, they pay me $400, right?
Right.
Just so I can have some money in my pocket.
Yeah.
If I go out there the next week and earn $800 in commissions, they're gonna take the $400 back.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's called the draw. It means that I need to be in the green. So it really wasn't a salary-based position.
Yeah.
It was a commission-based position.
Yeah. Definitely.
So you asked the question, well, how did I get good at speaking? Well, because in sales, you're speaking, you're talking. So I was talking for a living. I had to get good at talking for a living. I had to get good at conveying to this stranger to buy this cable package and to drop your cable provider and to sign up because I can articulate it to you that this cable package is better than what you got. I had to spend I had to be able to get a stranger to hand me over their credit card and social within an hour. And this is why I tell people, sales is a cheat code. Sales is a cheat code. Is because you're now based on making it happen all on your efforts.
Yeah.
See, the thing about having a job is you can be lazy. You can slack off.
Yeah, you still getting paid.
Yep.
Still getting
Still
paid.
getting paid.
Literally.
Right. Like A lot of times, a lot of these positions out here, there's no camera on you 24/7. There's nobody sitting over you, watching you, making sure you do the work. You can slip up.
And you'll be good.
And you be good. You
So
can
what
kind of
makes-
skate and be good.
So
you
what
can't
made
do
you
that
do
in
that?
sales, bro.
Why'd you leave sales then and then transition over to entrepreneurship?
Well, I didn't leave sales. Everybody's selling themselves every day.
True.
Speaking gems. Talk to me, man.
Right. So,
talk to me.
But me getting in sales, it's funny. I look back a lot on my journey coming up, and at that time, we weren't making a lot of money. I got one of my best friends here. He's with me. We weren't making a lot of money at that time. But what I didn't understand as I went along in my career is it wasn't about the money. It was about me becoming somebody who can make money.
Yes, sir.
The reason why people don't make money is because you're not a person that can make money. People try to focus on making money versus on focusing on them.
Yep.
So me being on that sales floor, I was now developing my skills on how to talk. I was also developing my skills on how to believe. Because if I didn't believe I was good enough to sell this product, this person definitely ain't buying it.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely not.
Why would they take out their credit card and social to listen to this little broke black kid with a baggy suit
Yeah.
telling some change my cable? Why should I give over my credit card to you?
Yeah.
And my social to you?
So you would say that mindset was important too in becoming successful because you had to become that person in order to obtain what you needed
I had to be able to instill my belief so much in this product that I didn't even have myself to get another stranger to buy it.
Yeah.
So when you said, why did you get out of sales? No, you're never out of sales.
always selling.
You're always selling. So when I'm on camera speaking now and people seeing my content, I'm doing the same thing I was doing as a broke kid out of college 12 years ago on the sales floor. I'm displaying what I believe into you. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
That makes sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to actually, and you said something that definitely piqued my interest about like belief, right?
Right.
And that mindset shift that you had to have,
Right.
especially when selling. Like, if I don't even believe in a product, why would somebody else buy it from me? So, in someone's everyday life, in someone's entrepreneurial life, how important is mindset when it comes to that journey of being successful?
Well, mindset is almost like the iceberg theory. You ever heard of the iceberg theory?
No, not
Well,
familiar.
if you just look at an iceberg, it's a big piece of ice that's floating in the ocean, right? Because of the environment is so cold. Well, you see the iceberg that's on top of the water, but you don't understand that 90% of the iceberg is below the water.
Yes.
You're just seeing 10% of the iceberg. So when it comes to belief, in order to make anything work, a person has to work it. There's no business on planet Earth that is built itself. Somebody had to build it.
Yeah.
So in order for something to be successful, don't you think that it has to be a successful person behind it?
Yep.
So in order to be a success in business, you got to be a success first. This is where belief comes in.
Yes, sir.
Most
Talk
people
to
don't
me.
understand that in order for anything to work, you need to be able to work first. You work first, then what you doing is going to work.
How did you build up that confidence to get that self-belief?
It started on that sales floor.
Think you were just earning your stripes when you were doing
Right.
sales?
It started with me being able to sign up my first customer. May 2012, bro. Don't forget it. I was on that sales floor and I'm just talking to people, and a couple of days go by and I got that first sale. I'll never forget that black couple. It was a black lady, black woman. It was a black dude and his wife. And they had Comcast. You ever heard of Comcast?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right, right. I want to make sure we on the
Still
same
got
page. Comcast. I stole a lot of y'all customers, man. I want to make sure y'all see that. So, and I never forget them contemplating on switching. And I was like, all right, let's do it. I was like, man, these people really signed up. And I was like, this works. I earned $100.
Just like that.
Man, $100 is a lot of money when you ain't got nothing. And then I was like, okay, this works. And let me go home and practice the script. Let me look at the packages. Let me make sure that I got it all, and let me memorize it, and let me go do it again. And then I signed up another customer. And then I signed up another customer. Then I signed up another customer. See, what most people don't understand is belief is like walking. It's like walking down the road. You're going to start at one step at a time.
Yep.
But see, as you keep walking, you get further and further and further and further and further. See, it's no different from the gym. I always talk about the gym because the gym is building your body is one of the best examples in anything in life. A lot of people, when you start off in the gym, you're going to start off with no muscle. You're going to start off with no momentum, no nothing.
Yep.
But see, as you keep going and as you keep working it, that soreness starts to go away. And that definition of your body starts to develop. And then you start to get stronger, and then you start to get bigger.
Yep.
It's the same thing with belief. Most people don't understand this. Belief's a muscle. Anybody can learn how to believe if you work it.
I think another thing with the gym too is like you're slowly learning how to develop your mind over time. It's like you're understanding that. I think one of the biggest things I learned from the gym is delayed gratification.
That's right.
Because the results aren't going to come right away. You got to build
That's right.
to it, and it's like the better you get in gym. I've personally realized like the better I got in business too. The more consistent I got in the gym, everything
Right.
like transmuted across every other plane in my life
right.
as well.
Definitely.
Because you gotta take it. You gotta be in the moment when it comes to the gym.
Right.
It's not like, oh man, when I'm gonna be 6 months from now, a year from now. Nah,
Yeah.
bro. It's just focus on your workout today.
Yeah.
Just focus on your nutrition.
One day at a
today.
time.
It's one day at a time.
Yeah,
So
that's
Trey-
one thing. Oh, so I'm gonna say that's one thing I definitely like about the gym. The fact that it shows you that through consistency you'll get results. Over
Right.
time you'll get results, and just being patient and focusing on what you can control today. You can't control the workout tomorrow. The workout yesterday that you did is already gone. But
That's right.
what you can do is actually control how hard you go in that present moment.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
So I've heard that you had a lot of other businesses in your past, and I think that's one of the most common characteristics when it comes to entrepreneurship. A lot of people start up a lot of businesses and they failed, but over time you learn and earn your stripes.
Right.
So how did you end up getting to wholesaling?
Man, wholesaling, it was something that I think happens to a lot of people, which is something that crosses your path, but you have to be ready to be able to be aware to take
huh?
I
advantage
agree.
of the opportunity.
Yeah,
Like for
I agree.
instance, there's opportunities that come across people's paths all the time, but they're not the right person
Yes,
to
sir.
accept the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
This is why most people, they're at where they're at. It's opportunity after opportunity after opportunity that can change anybody's life at any point in time.
Yeah.
But it goes back to what I said, which is they aren't the right person yet. See, when wholesaling came across my path, I was the right person. Like I was ready. This was 8 years into my entrepreneur journey. So long story short, I was in that sales career for about seven years.
Okay.
I moved around the East Coast a lot to start offices with that company and with that business. And I landed myself in Nashville, Tennessee in 2018. And I got to a point to where I said, you know what, I want to try something different than this business here because I just had bigger goals. I had goals to where I really wanted to get to the next level, and I just seen myself at a level to where I believe that I can be doing something bigger than I was doing now. Wasn't that was a bad business. That business gave me everything that I needed. And this is one thing that I tell people about the difference between failing and pivoting. There's a big difference.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
sir.
From failing and
Definitely.
pivoting.
Yeah.
Failing is just absolutely not giving it your all and leaving the opportunity before you can see the fruits.
Yeah.
That's failing.
Yeah.
That's quitting. Pivoting is knowing when to take your talents and take them to South Beach, like you with LeBron, right?
Yeah.
He didn't fail at
Yeah.
Cleveland. He just needed to pivot.
Yeah.
And went to Miami and won multiple championships, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing sometimes in business is when you got to know how to pivot. So I said, I'm pivoting. And I came across the opportunity. I came across Airbnb because I discovered Airbnb in 2018.
Okay.
The thing about me is I don't need to do a lot of research to take action on an opportunity. That's called analysis by paralysis.
Yep.
And I don't do that.
Yeah.
Because I ain't got time to be studying. You know what I'm saying? I did that 7 years in college. I learned my lesson when it comes to studying.
You learn more lessons when
Bro,
you're doing
listen.
the action anyways.
Right,
yeah.
too.
But I learned my lessons when it comes to studying and over analyzing things. I did that at 7 years in college.
Yeah.
I sat in the classroom for 7 years, made $0.
Yeah.
So now I don't study nothing, bro. I'm not studying nothing. I'm
just
taking
get to it.
action
You
on
just get to
everything.
it.
So I seen this Airbnb opportunity. I never forget. I rented my first Airbnb. And I never forget, I was walking around, I was looking at the place. I was like, I wonder how much money this lady made on me. Because I spent about $1,000 for 3 days.
Okay.
About 3 or 4 days, I spent $1,000. And I just started using my common sense. I was like, this apartment can't be no more than, $1,300-$1,500 a month. I went downstairs and I asked the people at the apartment complex, hey, how much are these per month? He's like, oh yeah, the one you're in is $1,400 a month. I'm like, $1,400 a month? I just paid it like $8,000.
Yeah.
So she pretty much made the entire amount of rent over 4 days. Bro, I just did simple math. I said, if she does this if she has this rented out every weekend, she's just made about $4,000. Okay, do the math. $1,400. Let's say $200-$300 in utilities. This lady just made $2,500.
Yeah.
I never forget. I called the Airbnb host and I just started answering the questions. And
Ooh,
then finally, she said, "You seem like a very curious guy. I'll tell you. We got about 35 of these." Damn. I start doing the math. I said, "If you mind me asking, how much you making a year?" She says, "We're making about $300,000 a year." I said, "That's all I need to know." That's all I need to know. I didn't do no research. I didn't do none of that. I was like, no problem. Thank you. Click. I went online and I found an Airbnb course. Because I was like, I got to learn how to do this thing.
Yeah.
This is why I was still in my sales career. Went online, found an Airbnb course, studied it, looked at everything in the course, and took action right away. Got my first Airbnb about 30 days later in the same
that's
building.
quick. That's quick.
Smart,
Oh, you snap.
nice.
Snap.
Nice.
I just used my common sense. It was like, let me just do the same building.
Yeah.
Like, why would I go look somewhere else?
Don't recreate the wheels.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to find an apartment in the same building, same layout. I'm going to get the same furniture. I'm going to get the same coffee maker.
Damn,
I'm
smart.
going to get the same toilet paper. Everything was the same. And I got that Airbnb. In my first month, I made like $1,000. I was like, oh, my God. Let's roll. Let's roll. 2 months later, I went and got another one. Month after that, went and got another one.
Nice.
So this is now December 2018. I had 3 Airbnbs. They were making money. I said, okay, I'm going to now go full time. So January 1st, I went full time doing Airbnb. And I just kept doing what I was doing.
And that's when you left the sales career.
That's when I
altogether.
left the sales career.
Oh, okay.
That's when I
That's
left
how
the
it
sales
worked.
career.
Okay.
Because I didn't just jump and leave the sales career if I didn't have something else working.
Yeah.
That's another thing people do. Another people don't understand is you got a job right now and you want to start something and do something. Well, why don't you give everything you got in your job and work this thing on the side until it starts working?
Yeah.
Yep. That makes
Smart.
sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You working on the side until it starts working. And when this is working to the point to where this needs more attention than this, then you leave that.
Yep.
Yeah. I
It's
agree.
interesting enough. And I'm glad you said that because I feel like a lot of people think that because they have a 9-to-5, that it's an excuse to not be able to start something else.
Absolutely.
But it's like you could definitely go harder your 9-to-5, give all that 100, and then when that thing builds up, then you can switch
Transition.
People misconstrue the difference from time and value.
Talk to
And
me.
this
Yes,
is what
sir.
I mean. You got a 9-to-5, you're working from 9 to 5, you're working your job. But you think that when you start a business on the side, it's based on the time you put into it. No, it's based on the value. You can do something on the side and within 6 months be making 5 times more than what you're making at your job because of what the value that thing brings.
Yep.
It ain't about the time you put into it. If I got a 9-to-5, right, and on the side I decide to become a realtor on the side, and I'm only a realtor on the weekends, and I go get my license, and I'm now talking to people, and I'm talking to people, and I'm talking to people, and I find a house in a prestigious neighborhood. Let's say the house is $700,000. I'm going to make 3% commission, and I don't know what the numbers, but let's say, boom, you make $19,000 on that sale.
Yeah.
You only worked a few hours on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
But you made $19,000.
Yeah.
It's that value.
And then let's say in your job, it takes you 4 months to make $19,000. Was it the time that you put into it or was it the value? It was the values because you sold a $700,000 house. You got a 3% commission. And because somebody paid $700,000 and you helped sold it, you now got a 3% commission. Then now the return that you got is way more versus the time you put into it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So value and time is 2 different things.
Huge.
And people have to understand that when they're going for something.
Yeah.
So I'm working this thing, and now this thing's bringing in money. And I was like, okay, let me just put all my energy and time into this. So here it is. It's 2019. I'm working this thing. And man, I was excited about it. I started posting about it on Facebook and Instagram. I started sharing it. This is what most people mess up. They're secret agents with their business, bro.
That's facts. Guilty. Definitely guilty.
People are secret agents about their business. I'm like, hold on. So you in business, you want to grow it, you want more customers, you want more clients, but there's a platform that reaches millions of people at light speed milliseconds, and you don't want to use it. It is insane, bro. Yeah. So I just started talking about it on Facebook, this and that. And a guy that I used to work with in a sales career, he reached out. He was like, man, Alex, I like what you're doing, man. I've been watching your posts and this and that. Man, I want to learn about this thing. And I was like, no problem. He was a great friend of mine. And he was like, man, we can connect. I was like, we can do it within the next week. He was in Savannah, Georgia. And I was in Nashville. Okay. And I said, you know what, man, since you were such a great friend to me for over all the years, I'm going to drive to Savannah.
That's love. Yeah.
That's how excited I am about this thing.
That's love.
And the crazy part is I thought I was driving to Savannah to tell him about an opportunity. When in actuality, I was going to Savannah to discover the opportunity of a lifetime.
Talk to me. Amen.
Because when I got to Savannah and I met with this guy at Starbucks, he said, man, is it okay if I bring my friend along? I said, absolutely. So I'm talking to him, and his friend shows up. And we introduce each other, shake his hand, and I said, hey, man, what do you do? He says, man, I do this thing called wholesaling. I'm like, what's that? I don't know what that is. And he's like, basically you flip pieces of paper this and that. I said, okay, cool.
And this was what year? This was 2019 at that time?
2019, right.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't really thinking about it because both of those guys were there to learn from me, right? I wasn't there trying to learn from them. I was there to tell them about what I was doing. So I said, okay, y'all, this is how you do it. You get this, you find a property, you rent it out, get the furniture, They was like, okay, great. I said, when y'all ready, hit me up. I'll walk you through how you get your first one, etc. Drove back to Nashville, continued doing what I was doing. December comes around. That same guy, his friend, he calls me. He said, hey, Alex, I'm about to get ready to do my Airbnb. I said, cool. This is what you need to do. You need to do this. Told me everything to do. And I said, so how you doing? He said, man, everything's rocking, man. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I said, tell me about that thing again.
What made you curious about? What made you like, I want to know more. I want to know more about the whole.
Because I'm just curious in general.
Okay.
Most people don't understand is if you're not curious enough to think about getting to the next level, you will never come across the opportunities that's going to be able to change your life for you anyway.
Facts.
Agreed.
If a person's not curious about getting in shape, you'll never take the time to go in the gym.
Oh yeah. Definitely not.
Like it starts here first.
Yeah.
So I was just curious because like I just want to know how he was doing in his business. He was like, yeah, man, and I do this and this and this. I said, man, that sounds too simple, bro. I said, man, that sounds too good to be true. I learned a valuable lesson when I was on the phone with that guy. And I said something in my brain that I didn't even understand what I was saying to myself. I said, that sounds too good to be true. And it's funny, we say that statement, right?
Yeah, common.
It sounds too good to be true, which is silly, is because why wouldn't it be true? Yeah. Why wouldn't you want something to sound so good that it's not true?
It's like we're shooting ourselves. It's like shooting ourselves in our foot.
It's like shooting yourself in the foot. It's like, okay, I want a better life, but I don't really want a better life, right?
A better life too good to be true.
I never thought about it like that.
Bro, it is the stupidest statement I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And I said it. And I was like, well, why wouldn't it be true? Why wouldn't I want a better opportunity? And I said, hey, man, tell me a little more about it. He was like, okay, well, you got to do this. And I started looking into it that night. Never forget, I started looking into it. But see, I was still focused on what I was doing. Yeah. I still was focused on my business. So it's funny that everything's an eye for an eye. The universe you will get what you give. So because I was on Facebook posting, and I came across another dude that was posting on Facebook. which was another guy that was
Wholesaler?
in the business. I'm about to tell you, it was another guy. You know, when you on Instagram and Facebook, you just following people and you just kind of seeing what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on Facebook one night. This is January now, 2019. And I see another guy who's posting what he's doing. And he's walking through these houses. I said, man, I wonder what he got going on, because I'm in real estate a little bit. You know, I'm making a little money, and not a whole bunch. I'm making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let me be nosy and see what he's doing. So I never forget, I reached out to him, and he said, yeah, Alex, let's connect. So we got on a phone call that night. And I said, and he said, man, what's going on with you? I said, man, I've been doing this Airbnb thing. He said, how much you making? I said, I'm making a couple $100,000, you know, And I was like, what you doing? He says, man, I'm doing wholesaling. I was like, what?
What are the chances?
It's like
He says, yeah, man, I already made $20,000 this month.
Yeah.
I said, you made $20,000 this month?
Yeah.
And this is what most people don't understand is they don't, it's this, I think, stigma on not sizing people up. You need to size people up. Everybody's not created equal.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people think that we're all the same. No, we ain't, bro.
Facts.
We ain't all the same. So what I did was I sized that dude up. I was like, hold on, bro. You making 20 G's a month? Bro, if you can make 20, I can make 40.
Yeah.
That's what I said in my head. And that was the day I made a decision. This is what most people don't understand about decisions. Decisions is something that you decide to do, and you do it until it works. It's not you waver on it or this and that. It's called, it's decide.
Yeah.
It's suicide. At the end means that you kill it off.
Yeah.
You kill off all retreat. You kill off all going back. It's dead. It's this is what you're gonna do or die.
Yeah.
So I made a decision on a phone call. I said, you know what? I made a quick analysis, because, like I said, most people overanalysis by paralysis. They overthink everything.
Yeah.
So on this phone call, within 15 seconds, I did a quick analysis. I said, I'm doing this Airbnb thing, but I'm only really doing it in the morning times, and I'm kind of done by like 2, 3 o'clock. Let me just work this on the side, because I find myself with free time. I don't need free time. I haven't made it. I'm not even making that much.
That's a good way to think.
Yeah.
Why would I have free time? That's stupid.
I need to fill it up with something.
Yeah.
Right, I need to fill it up. It's like, hold on, I've been spending all these years and all this time trying to make money. How about you take your free time and figure out how to make some more money?
Man.
So what I did was I said, okay, bro, what do I need to do, man? I've been hearing about this thing for about a year now. Like, what do I need to do? He says, I want you to watch my videos. I says, no problem. He gave me his YouTube channel. I said, no problem. Click, got off the phone. This is the first mistake people make. Most grown people don't listen.
Yep.
I've come across so many people that don't listen. This is why I don't like working with people that are over 21. Most grown people don't listen. But what I've discovered about younger guys is they're more gullible and more appreciative and more coachable to make things happen. My greatest students right now are all between 20 to 26.
Do you think it's arrogance? You think when you get older, you get more
Bro,
arrogant and
listen,
think you know it all?
What I've learned about adults is the older a person gets, the further they get away from their child complex. And this is what I mean. If you look at a little kid and you ask them, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? And he says, well, I want to be an astronaut. That little kid believes he's going to be an astronaut, right? He ain't got no belief that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You ask the grown person what they want to be when they grow up, they've been beaten out of their dreams so much by the world, reality, and society that they don't even know. Now, that little kid, he probably has 0 shot at becoming an astronaut, but it doesn't matter because he believes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He believes.
Facts.
Yeah.
So what I've discovered is the younger a person is, the more that they still have that belief in them.
Yep.
The older a person is, the more that they've subscribed to reality. See, when you're going for your goals and dreams, you got to throw reality out the window.
Yep.
Gotta be a little bit delusional.
That's a
You
gem
gotta
right
be
there.
delusional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you do not believe that you can go from where you are now, which is a street corner, and you got nothing and this and that, and you one day can have this entire big conglomerate, because we all heard the stories of a guy being homeless and building an empire, or Mark Zuckerberg starting out of a dorm room and building the biggest social media platform in the world. If you go based off of reality, you'll never make it.
Facts. Not at
Yeah.
all.
You'll never make it.
And you got, I realize especially you got to also be careful sometimes of the people that you surround yourself when you're chasing a dream, because
Right.
a lot of times you'll be trying to throw reality out the window and they're trying to continuously feed that to you.
Right. It's because you can't go based off of realities, because the reality is we live in a world that's unlimited.
Exactly. Preaching.
Unlimited
Yes, sir.
resources.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, okay, let me listen to exactly what he said. Here's another gem. Because we were in a sales environment for so long, I was used to being a student. I was used to being a student. I was used to being a person that says, yes, sir, no, sir. Hey, Alex, this is what you do here. Because if you're on a sales floor, you got to listen to your trainer on what to do to be able to get those sales.
Yeah.
It was something that I never did before. I had no knowledge of how to sell a product.
Yeah.
I had no knowledge. So I had to be able to be coachable for a long,
That's a good word.
extended period of time to be able to make money, because if I didn't make money, I'm on the street.
Yeah.
So I was a student for so long that I was a student for so long.
Smooth. Facts.
And most people, they don't have direct mentorship, and they're not an apprentice for a long period of time for them to be able to even have the brain power to listen to somebody for a long period of time. This is why I say most adults don't listen. It's because, yeah, you got a boss at your job, but you don't have to listen to everything they say 100% of the time, because a lot of times you're by yourself and they're in their office and you're doing your own thing. You still got a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
I didn't have freedom in my sales career. I had to listen to my mentors and coaches to be able to make money.
Yeah.
So I stayed in that mind frame even when I left that
To learn
business.
to him, yeah.
So when this dude said, hey, Alex, go watch my YouTube videos, I got off the phone and I spent the next 2 hours watching his videos.
Huh. So transitioning. So when you started doing better in Airbnb and with the wholesaling, did you realize any lifestyle changes? What stuck out the most to you?
That came over time, like the lifestyle stuff. So when I got back on the phone with him, I said, what do I need to do next? He says, Alex, you need to go find properties in neighborhoods that look distressed. He says, this is the things you need to look for. I said, okay, got it. By that time, it was Saturday evening. Sunday morning, I got up and I went in neighborhoods and I started looking for houses. Here's another thing. People don't understand the importance of speed.
Yeah.
The faster you do something, the faster you can get a result.
Yeah.
So the biggest mistake people make in business is not starting their business right away to be able to increase the chances of getting results.
Dragging
See,
their
a
feet.
person, most people think that in order to start a business, okay, let me go get my LLC first, and let me get my this, that. No, fool. It starts right now.
Yeah.
You can start taking action right now in your business.
Yeah.
So for me, I understood I needed to start right away. That next morning, I was in my car looking for houses.
Nice.
So because I knew that, man, I don't know nothing about this wholesaling thing. I don't know nothing about it. So if I don't start right now, today, the results of me making money are now pushed further down the road.
Yep,
Yeah.
delayed now. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm delaying me changing my life.
Yeah.
Most people today will have a totally different life if they haven't kicked the can down the road all their life.
Why do
Yeah.
you think they procrastinate? Why do you think they keep kicking the can down the road?
Well, it's simple. They lost their child complex, just like I said. They don't believe.
Lost that
They're not
belief.
the little 5-year-old looking out the window saying, "Oh, Lamborghini, I can have that Lamborghini one day."
Yeah.
He believes he can have it.
Do you think it has
The
to do
adult
anything-
has been beaten out of his dream.
Yep. Do you think it has anything to do with their confidence as well, or do you think that's not something that takes
Confidence
apart?
is something that's practiced. Everything's practiced. Getting ripped is practice.
Yeah.
Getting good at reading books is practice.
Yeah.
Getting good at playing golf is practice. Getting good at playing tennis is practice. Getting good at being a good chef is practice. Everything is practice, which is doing it over and over and over and over. I got like this because I practiced.
Yeah.
Every day, I was talking to customers, and as I'm getting results, as I'm signing people up,
Yeah.
that's giving me confidence. It's like, well, if people didn't believe in me, they wouldn't be signing up.
Yeah.
If people didn't believe in me, they wouldn't hand over their house for me to Airbnb. It comes with small wins over
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
So confidence is something that's built. And because most people aren't doing an activity to build their confidence, they don't have it.
Huh. Actually, I want to touch on something. I'm actually going to pivot this a little bit. So, you talked about the social media aspect. You talked about showing people what you do, and another thing we talked about is confidence.
Right.
I was watching one of your videos, and you said something that stood out to me. You said Instagram is the biggest dating platform, if I'm correct. Yeah, right. So I want to actually switch over to the social media aspect and personal branding. Especially for men that are young, because they receive this information a lot better. How important is that personal branding on social media?
Yeah, so most people don't understand is social media is like a college campus. I'll give this example, right? So if we were to go back 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
To where there's really no social media, I think, Facebook was out, but it had just gotten started. The world was like a college campus, right? If you were the most famous people walking planet Earth, you had to be like a movie star or a rapper or something like this 20 years ago, right?
Right.
So if you just take a college campus, right? Who are the most popular people on a college campus? If you just think about a college campus, right? Who's the most popular people?
The athletes,
fraternities, right?
Yeah.
So these are the most popular people on a college campus, right?
Yeah.
So now, let's take the world, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, the world is on social media. They're on Facebook and Instagram, right? Who are the most popular people on Facebook and Instagram?
Honestly, people with high incomes, people that got that
Same
lifestyle.
thing. Movie stars,
Celebrities.
this, that, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So what most people don't understand is the world right now is like a college campus.
Huh.
It's like a college campus. If you're a nobody on a college campus, then you're not going to get the benefits in life.
Yep.
If you're on a college campus, if you wanted to get the women and if you wanted the opportunities, you need to be a what? Athlete or in a fraternity. So in today's age, if you want to be somebody, you need to be somebody on the college campus, the digital college campus,
Yes,
which
sir.
is Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what most people don't get.
Facts.
So when you going out, Shanti, and meeting people, do you exchange business cards or do you exchange what?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Instagrams, easily.
Most people ain't using common sense, bro.
Yeah.
Easily.
With the times now, Instagram is your business card.
Yep.
We're not exchanging business cards anymore. Right now, we're on a digital college campus. The nobodies of the world have 2 followers, 10 followers, 100 followers, 6 posts.
Yeah.
Don't nobody know who he is. Is that dude getting the women? Absolutely not.
Yeah, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I think it helps for dating too.
Right. Who's getting all the opportunities, the women's, the clout, this and that? It's the athletes and fraternities on a regular campus, but in the digital world, it's the people who have a big Instagram.
Yep.
This is why I say, if you don't build your Instagram right now, you're the nerd on campus that nobody knows, who gets no women, who they walk past, that you're gonna be in your dorm room all day long, versus the athletes who are with all the baddies.
Yeah.
So because we're in a digital campus right now, how do I become an athlete or a fraternity member on this digital campus? You gotta build your IG, bro.
Yeah.
So you choosing IG over the dating apps right now? If you had to choose one of those, which one are you gonna go with?
IG is the biggest dating app in the world. Why do I say IG is the biggest dating app in the world? It's because everybody's on IG.
Yeah.
90+% of women ain't on dating apps, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But who's on IG? Everybody.
Everybody.
True.
Everybody.
That's
So
true.
it's basic common sense. So when I tell people Instagram's the biggest dating app in the world, well, no, it's not. Of
Nah, it
course
is.
not, because you're the guy on college campus who's reading his book by the tree, who nobody goddamn knows. Don't nobody know you, bro. You're a nerd. You have 100 followers. You have 6 posts. One of your cat, one of your truck, and one of your beans and rice.
Yeah, nobody watch paying
Don't
attention
nobody
to you.
know you, bro.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
you don't think
Yeah.
it's a dating gap. It's because all the women are walking past you.
Yeah.
All the women on Instagram are going to the basketball game where the athletes are,
Yeah.
which is the big profiles.
Yeah.
So when I say Instagram is the biggest dating app in the world, it's the women that you would never see in your life ever in history and life are on that app. But who are they looking at? They're looking at the top profile. They ain't looking at your profile.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta become somebody on campus.
Yeah.
Like, how do I become somebody on campus? You gotta build yourself, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta build it.
Yeah, and it's definitely important to build that digital presence, whether it be women, whether it be like networking.
It's
You
for
see
everything.
Everything.
Yep.
A lot of
Yep.
people that usually
Everything.
have that presence usually get a lot more of the opportunities. That you were saying.
Exactly.
What advice would you give to young men that are trying to build up their social media presence to be able to attract women?
Well, for one, he just has to get over the ego of posting.
That's a good one.
Not
yeah.
even, bro.
Yeah.
I study Instagram and I really look at it. 99.9% of the I don't know the statistics, so just don't quote me. But I'm gonna just say 99%. 99% of Instagram is just watching everybody. They ain't producing.
Facts.
They're just watching. They're just sitting back and watching everybody else post, and they're just judging everybody.
Yeah.
Sheep.
Because I look at my content now, and I get a lot of dudes coming in talking shit, right?
Yeah.
They're just talking crazy, this, that. And I always click on their profile, and it's some loser.
All the time.
90. You
Private
are
accounts.
You getting
Yeah,
hate yet?
yeah.
Listen. If you ain't getting people hating on you,
Yeah, you're not doing
you're
nothing.
not doing nothing yet on Instagram.
That's real. Facts.
Because people only hate on what they've given up on.
And it'd be the guys with private profiles too. Why you think that is?
Bro.
Why you think they hide it?
Here's the deal. So, majority of the profiles on Instagram they have too much of an ego to put themselves out there. So this is why majority of the people watching you, and this is for everybody watching, are going to be people that's not producing. It's going to be people with very small profiles, private profiles, no pictures. It's people who are just judging.
Yeah.
That's the majority of the profiles.
Yeah.
So, because most people have this ego, they don't want to put themselves out there. They don't even want to be the person that they're talking shit about.
Huh. That's a gem.
Because they can't handle it.
Yeah.
They can't handle the ridicule. They can't handle getting over their own ego. I look stupid on camera, or I sound stupid, or I live in Omaha, Nebraska, and I ain't got nothing to talk about. It's all ego, bro.
Yeah.
It's all ego. So the first thing a dude needs to do is he needs to get over himself thinking that he doesn't have nothing to talk about. Or nothing to post. That most people have an ego. It's all selfishness. It's all negative self-talk. I ain't got nothing to talk about. I ain't successful yet.
I agree.
I ain't in shape. I ain't got no money. I don't speak. It's all negative self-talk. That's the majority of the profiles.
Yeah, I agree.
So when a person who is making content, who has confidence, who doesn't have an ego, who has something going on, they talk ish about what they gave up on.
Yeah.
They gave up on being charismatic. They gave up on putting themselves out there. They gave up on getting rid of the ego.
Yeah.
So guys will come at what they gave up on.
Jealousy.
Yeah.
It's easy to hate from behind the screen. Nobody
Yeah,
can
it's
see
easy.
you.
Yeah.
Of course.
Nobody can see you.
And it's so interesting because it's like the same time that you took to sit there and comment the hate could have been the same time you could have took to say, hey, how can I get where you are?
Right.
How can I open
bro,
my
listen,
door to these opportunities?
This is what most people don't understand about my social media page is I get a lot of comments about how, man, you're defensive or you're in your emotions, you're this and that, da-da-da. I'm like, it's social media, bro. Why are you so stupid? This lets me know how stupid you are. So we're on an app called social media, right? So if I make a video and it starts going viral and there's a lot of comments of people who don't agree, how stupid would I be to not be social in the comments? It's called social media.
Yeah.
We need to have a debate. We need to talk.
You're really good at that
If
too.
I make a video of my point of view on what I think and you don't agree with it, when do you want to have a conversation?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to agree with you? No.
Yeah.
We're not going to kill each other. We're just talking shit, right?
Yeah.
Men, and this is why a lot of men get bent out of shape in my comments, is because they say something that, for instance, oh no, man, you a simp. I don't believe that. And I was like, okay, that may be true, but I went to your page and you need to go to the gym right now. So you have an opinion about me, and I got an opinion about you.
I saw
We're
you. Bro.
even.
Sometimes you be in the comments just throwing gas on the fire.
Bro, listen, and this is how stupid the people who have an ego,
Yeah.
they don't even understand is that, bro, the reason why you're here is because I'm in the comments
Yes.
talking crazy.
Yes.
It's called social media.
Yeah.
Be social, fool.
Yeah.
And this is
Running
why
game.
most people have a social media page, and it's not a social media page. It's called let me judge people all day.
Yep.
That's what most people have right now on Instagram is let me log into my let me judge people all day. That's most people.
Yeah.
Just being sheep, just watching.
Wasting their time, because like that same time you're looking, scrolling, seeing let me jump people, at the same time you can really self-reflect on yourself. Like, okay,
Right.
what do I have to do to get to the next level?
The people who don't post have the biggest egos, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They have the biggest egos. It's because it's like, okay, so you're gonna do something to me that you're not allowing people to do to you. So you're gonna sit behind this private profile with -2 followers. Like negative followers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I don't even think that's possible. That's how crazy it is. No post, no nothing, talking shit, judging people all day, but you don't allow that to be done to you? Oh, stop.
Which one do you think is more important, having fame and a presence, or would you say it's having money when it comes to women?
That's a double-edged sword, but in today's age, if you have fame and a presence, you can print money.
I agree.
You can
Ooh,
print
that's a
money.
gem.
If
Yeah.
somebody asks me, okay, Alex, I'm at 0 right now. Everything's stripped. Everything's gone. It says you can either take this $1 million right now, just take this $1 million, or take 1 million followers, trusted followers, people who love you, who know you. I would take that 1 million followers so fast, you'll make your head spin.
Interesting.
Is because if you got 1 million people who love you, follow you, and this and that, hey guys, I just launched a product. It's only $1. Let's say, oh yeah, we love you, Alex. Let's say half of my followers buy the product. I just made 500,000 just like that.
Yeah.
And this one, most people, bro, they aren't curious. Like throughout this podcast, I'm gonna break down little gems, right? Most people don't even know that you can take social media, build it, really cultivate it, and change your life forever.
Yeah.
Because they're not paying attention to it. They're not paying attention to how a Kylie Jenner can launch a product and make $1 billion just like that.
Yep.
Just like that.
Bro,
Crazy.
I'm like, holy smokes. This social media thing is so much bigger than what we know.
Yeah.
Is that, well, here's the thing. Most people, they don't stay in a student mentality.
Yeah.
So where they got to sit back and learn and analyze. Most people aren't curious. Most people have an ego. Most people lose that childlike complex of the belief in themselves of becoming something.
Yeah.
They lose that.
Huh. I wonder actually, and I've been waiting to ask this question.
Right.
So we talked about following social media, right? And someone that had the biggest following still has a big following now. Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate.
Right.
I seen you with him, which is really dope, really cool.
Right.
See you went to Romania.
Right.
What's the backstory on that? How was that, man?
Listen, so in 2021, right, I had my first real year of making money.
Nice.
Like it was 2021. I made like 620,000, bro. It was crazy, and I saved 95% of it. Like I was like, man, this is great. But the thing is I was lonely though. I was lonely because here it is, ain't none of my friends grinding like me, trying to make money like me, focused like me, locked in like me. So what most people don't understand is when you go for something really, really big, you're gonna start to veer off in the wilderness by yourself. Because most people ain't gonna be on that same journey, bro. So here it is, I'm just working, I'm wholesaling, I'm doing my thing. And I was like, man, I need some dudes like me to be around.
That's real.
It's because, man, ain't nobody in my family, ain't none of my friends and this and that. And I was posting about it, but like they ain't trying to win like me, bro. I'm trying to go to the top, bro. And I need other dudes who want to go to the top too. So, you just watch YouTube and this and that. So I was watching Fresh and Fit. Because I like what those dudes were talking about.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, they had Andrew Tate on their podcast. And he was talking shit. And I loved every minute of it. I was like, bro, this dude sound like me.
Yeah.
I want 20 supercars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And a Bugatti.
I wanted all the stuff he was talking about. I was like, man, this dude sound like me. How I be talking to myself.
Yeah.
This is why I wanted to make money. Why I want a fly car. I want this and that. And I was like, okay, so he has a network. Okay, cool. I'll just join the network. So I joined the network, and I got enrolled in the whole 9, and they had this event coming up in Columbia.
Huh.
And I'm in the Telegram group, right? And a guy reaches out to me on Telegram.
Yeah.
His name was Jay Waller.
That
Jay
dude.
Waller DMs me on Telegram.
That's
and he
fire.
says, "Hey, Alex, you need to be at this event." I was like, "Man, I don't know, man. I'm working this and that," because I was just locked in working.
Yeah.
He's like, "Alex, you need to be at this event." And I was like, "Damn, this is something that I've been doing for the past few years." I look at price versus cost, and this is what messes 99% of people up. This is why most people will never make big money. They confuse the price with the cost of something. So the price of that event was 12 G's.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man, do I want to spend $12,000 for this event? And that's what I asked myself. But I said, if I don't spend the $12,000, what will it cost me?
That's a gem right
That's a
there,
good way to
brother.
put it.
Most people don't look at the cost of something. They'll look at, oh, well, invest $5,000 in this coaching, or invest $10,000 to start this restaurant, or invest this or that and this and that. They're looking at the price of it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
looking at the money leaving their account and them not getting it back and versus the cost of you changing your life forever, starting that business,
Yes, sir.
or investing in that coaching program, or meeting that person.
gem.
It's going to cost you all this because you worry about the price.
Yeah. Missing
So
out.
this is what I asked myself. I said, okay, if I don't go, what will it cost me? I said, send me the link. Boom, swiped it, paid it. Got out there to Columbia. It was Jay Waller, it was Tristan, and it was another guy named, I forgot his name. So we're on this mansion, right? And it's basically, they were just coaching on masculinity, how to be the best version of yourself, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Tristan took a liking to me because I had tailored suits.
Oh, yeah.
My
Suit
suits
game.
was very pressed. By this time, I was making money.
Yeah.
So I was going to get tailored suits.
Came correct.
And he's like, man, I really like how you carry yourself. Each day, because it was like a 3-day event.
Yeah.
Each day, he was like, man, I really like that suit. I was like, I appreciate it. The next day, he's like, man, I really like that suit. I was like, I appreciate it. Man, I made sure I came crisp. I had my notebook, my pen.
Yeah.
I was very professional.
Nice.
Because I was working on myself to know that, listen, I want to be the best version of myself, but you can't be the best version and not look like the best version of yourself.
Talk to him.
If a person doesn't look like the best version of yourself, how is somebody going to assume you're the best version of yourself?
Talk to me. Yes, sir.
So I was there in Columbia, man, with tailored motherfucking suits, fly. And Trish was like, man, I really like you. And we just started talking. I never forget, it was like an intermission, and we just started talking. And we just started talking about crypto and this and that, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And we broke back off into the meeting or whatever, and they had a contest. It was like, hey, listen, we're gonna do something big for everybody. We're gonna throw a contest. And the winner of the contest is we're gonna blow up your Instagram. I'm gonna promote your Instagram.
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna promote your Instagram, and we're just gonna help you blow up your page.
Damn.
By this time, I think Tristan had like 600,000 followers and this and that. So it would have been beneficial to anybody.
Yeah.
Remember, you need to build your Instagram page, your digital campus page, because you need to be somebody on campus. I knew that back in 2022.
Yeah.
So I knew that. So I'm like, damn, I gotta win this event. Like, I gotta win this contest. I gotta win this contest. And the whole time, I knew I was the only person thinking like that. I was walking around after the meeting. I was like, I gotta win this contest. I gotta win this contest. So they threw the contest. At the end of the event, we had like this big dinner, and they come up. Tristan comes up, Jay Waller, and everybody, and they say the winner of who we believe did the best in the contest is Alex. I was like, holy shit!
Oh, beautiful.
It was like 60 guys there.
Huh. Nice.
I won the contest out of 60 dudes. I came up, man, dapped up Christian, dapped up Jay Waller. He was like, Alex, we're gonna blow your Instagram up, this and that, da 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 da. And when the event ended, me and Tristan started texting. He was like, man, listen, you did a great job. If you need anything, let me know. I said, you got it. About a week and a half, 2 weeks later, me and Tristan was texting a voice note back and forth. He says, hey, man, I told Andrew about you. Andrew wants to meet you.
Nice.
Because he started sending me like videos of him and Andrew at the house and this and that.
Yeah.
I said, okay. when are you free? He says, I'm free on these dates. You just let me know. I said, okay, cool. I hit him back maybe like 2 weeks later. I said, I can come on these days. He said, you going to be at home? He's like, yeah. I said, okay, cool. Ooh. So I went and booked the flight the whole night. I hit Tristan back. I said, hey, man, what part of Bucharest should I stay? He says, bro, we got 20 rooms.
Damn. I didn't know it was that much.
Bro, it's crazy. I was like, all right, cool. I fly out there to Romania, right? So I get out there. It was like 15 hours or something like that. I touch down. Their assistant, she comes, picks me up, right? And we're driving. Romania has the skinniest roads, bro. I thought we were about to crash every second of the way because their roads are so skinny and they drive 100 miles per hour. So I'm in the car thinking like, dude, we about to die. I ain't even gonna make it. I ain't even gonna make it to the Tate's house. I'm like, bro, there's no room on the roads, bro. Yeah. So we're driving and finally we get to this dead end street and I'm like, where we at? It's like, it was just some dead end street. But I look to the left and I see these 2 armed guards with guns. I was like, oh shit, I guess we here. They press a button and they open this, and the gate opens up and she drives in and bro, all I see is like 10 supercars sitting. I see this red pool. I see the Tate logo and I was like, this is crazy. So I get out, I go into the house and Tristan walks up. And he was like, boom, we dap each other up. Because we spent a lot of time in Colombia. So I was used to seeing him. And then I roll in, I drop my bag down, and I look to the left, and then that's Andrew. Andrew gets up. Andrew's tall. He's like 6'3". And he daps me up. He says, pleasure to meet you, G. He says, anything you want in the house is yours.
Oh, that's love.
I was like, okay,
solid brotherhood.
Yeah. And his cousin Luke was there. He came up. We dapped each other up. And the entire time, bro, I was able to just be around those guys because here's the thing about the Tate brothers. They work all day, nonstop. Really? Like nothing stops. They're not sitting around kicking it, talking this and that. They're working the entire time.
Really?
And I wasn't there to be like some super fan or be giddy.
Yeah.
But I was there to learn and be like, okay, well, man, let me learn from these dudes. So me and Andrew, we didn't talk that much. Yeah. We had conversations. You know, I was asking him conversations. I said, hey, man, you going to fight Jake Paul? At this time, him and Jake Paul was meeting. I said, you going to fight Jake Paul? He was like, I don't know. And, his accent. I got to train and, I got to but, bro, that dude was just stoic, bro. The entire time just working. The whole time we had dinner, he was just on his phone, just working. The whole time we was at the house, he was on his computer, just working. On the screen here, he was working, and on the screen here, he was playing chess. And the whole time they just working. And man, after about 2 days, I came to the conclusion. I said, man, all these boys do is work. That's all they do. That's all. They don't do nothing. They ain't out kicking it. They ain't doing none of this stuff.
Interesting.
So I'm seeing how they got here. Yeah. They work all day long. And then at night, they take the supercars and drive around the city and come back, go to sleep, get up, work hard, and do the same thing. That's all they do.
Just locked in.
That's it. They just locked in. Locked in, bro. Locked in. I didn't have much convo. Me and Tristan, we talked. I think on the very last night, we went to the cigar room that they have in the house. It was me, Tristan, and a guy named Satorio Shooter.
Yeah, suit guy, right?
Suit guy,
yeah,
Jewel.
Yeah.
Jewel, super cool dude, man. And man, we just sat in the cigar lounge and we just started talking about watches and we just smoked cigars and we were just kicking it. But man, all those guys do is work. That's it. There's nothing else, bro.
That's what it takes, huh?
That's what it takes. So the conclusion I got from there is I just need to work all the time. It's like he showed me the secret. Andrew Tate showed me the secret. He showed me the secret, which is get up, work until you can't work no more, until your body shuts down.
Down.
And you go to sleep and you get up and you do it again. I was like, okay, got it. I was like, got it. Like it wasn't no secret. It wasn't like they was doing anything magical, bro. They just worked all day. And if you do that every day, consistently, month after month, year after year, your life turns into that.
Yep.
It was simple. After 3 days, I was like, I see how they living. Because if you got Tristan, your brother, and your cousin, you got 3 minds now working on something. So now these 3 guys are working consistently, year after year after year after year. It's the efforts of 3 people.
Yeah.
One person can make $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Think about 3 people working.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
10x those results. I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Him and his brother have been working nonstop every day, year after year after year after year after year after year. This is why they got what they got.
So you think that helped after coming back from that trip? Did that open your mind or like push you to a new level when it came to your business?
Yeah, so what they did was, somebody asked me this in a podcast a couple weeks ago. They were like, what's the main thing you learned from the Tate brothers? I learned not to be scared with money.
Let's talk about that. How was that, learning that mindset shift?
Because I went out there and I got to ride around in Tristan and some of his cars and this and that. And I was like, when I got back, I was like, why am I hoarding all my money?
Huh.
I was hoarding it. Because I had a good amount of money saved because I was saving all my money. I wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is I was afraid. I was taking all this time and energy working. But I had this scarcity mindset of all the work that I was doing to go to waste because I made F off my money. Versus using the skill set that I've built up until this point to keep making money. This is why if you look on my page now and you go to highlights, there's a video to where Tristan's like, man, this is the best car. I said, Aston Martin, I'm getting one. 30 days later on my page, I had an Aston Martin.
Oh, you snapped. That's tough.
I said, okay, I'm not being scared no more.
Yeah.
I went and caught the Aston Martin 30 days later. It was the greatest thing I could have done. Because money sitting in a bank does nothing except feed your ego. It's like, okay, I got all this money in the bank and but it's not doing nothing for you internally.
Yeah.
It's like it's not building your confidence. It's not doing this is why now I have my philosophy is flip now, which is if I make $100,000 in a month, I'm gonna spend $100,000. I'm gonna invest it. I'm gonna break it. This. I had to be able to do that to grow to get to the next levels because I was just working. Just save. And I wasn't spending nothing. Now, it's not about spending money on a car. It's just that I was afraid to take the work that I had done at all that time, the money I made from that, and to spend it. I was like, Alex, if you don't spend, you're never going to get to the next level because right now you have a scarcity mindset. You have to have an abundance mindset. Bro, do you know when I bought that car, I made even more money.
Huh.
Dang, why do you think that is? That's so weird how that works like that.
Huh. I wonder if
because I opened up the faith aspect versus the fear aspect. I was moving fear.
Huh.
Did you start spending more money on a woman as you started gaining more income, or is that something that you like? You be tricking or not? Yeah, okay. So you do be tricking.
No, it's not tricking. Taking a woman on a date is not tricking. I don't know why dudes think that if you go on a date, right, you go do some fly shit, and you're enjoying your time and everything's great, and you spend $400 on a date. Dudes think it's tricking. I'm like, bro. You don't want to enjoy yourself? See, what the issue is dudes look at the amount of money that you spend and they give it a tricking scale. They have they have like okay, this is okay, but if you go above this number, now you're a trick. This is only broke dudes think like this, bro. Which is like, okay, well, you only spend $100 on a date? Okay, that's not tricking. Oh, you spent $700 on a date? Oh, that's tricking. Why are you putting a number on if it's tricking or not? See, they only think like this because of the number.
Yeah.
Scarcity.
And it's scarcity.
Yeah.
They think that, because I spend $400 on a date, it's tricking. It's like, no, Negro, you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
That's what it is. See, for me, I take one on a date, I spend $400, but you think it's tricking is because your pockets can't allow you to spend $400 on a date. You still holding on to your pockets and this and that. I'm like, bro, I work myself to a place to where if I spend $500 on a date, I don't even see it go out of my account. You see it go out of your account though. So because you see it go out of your account, when you're now on this social media app and I say I spent $500 on a date, ooh, that's tricking. It's because I would never spend $500 on a date. Of course, because you ain't got it like that.
Yeah.
So when dudes talk about tricking, they put a number on it. Let me ask you a question. If Jeff Bezos takes a woman on a date and he spends $50,000 on the date, you gonna call him a trick?
No, probably not. He probably could buy the block.
If Jeff Bezos took a woman on a date and he buys a skyscraper, he spends $70 million. You gonna call him a trick?
Nah,
Jeff's a trick.
That's a day's worth of pay.
He went on a date and he spent $70 million. You're only saying that because of the number.
Yeah.
This is where this whole tricking thing comes from. It's dudes don't like the number.
Yeah, then it becomes tricking.
And so they have a scale. Oh, if you only spend $150 on a date, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Oh, you spent $600? Oh, I would never do that. You're a trick. Bro, it's stupid.
Easy to do that.
You know, one thing I'll say too is I'm starting to realize, especially a lot of high-level men that have, especially a lot more income, for them, it's really about the dating experience and not even necessarily that number.
Right.
I feel like that sets you apart from the average man that's just like, hey, want to do the dinner for...
Exactly. He's going based off of the numbers versus this guy, he's going based off of the experience.
Yeah.
He just wants to have a great time.
Yeah.
Right.
If this guy, he goes on a date and they get on a ferry and they go on a nice little restaurant, and after the restaurant, they go salsa dancing, and after that, they go to an after party spot and this and that, and boom, 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 and it just goes into the night, and he looks up and he spent $1,100. Most people are like, oh, he's tricking. No, bro. It's just that you ain't there yet on his level yet.
Yeah. And the woman,
it's an experience.
She gonna choose. She gonna choose. And we had this conversation before. The woman is going to come back to the man that gave her an experience.
And I don't know why dudes think that because you calling me a trick, that's gonna change the results or the facts. No, bro. Women is good. She's still gonna choose me over you. Stupid. You calling me a trick ain't gonna make her come home to you tonight. No, she's still gonna want to be with me.
Yeah.
And this is why a lot of my content, dudes are in the comments like, "Oh, you're tricking this and that." Da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, you calling me something ain't gonna change the facts, bro. All the women in the comments agree. It's not simping. It's that I've worked my way to a level to where I want to go out and do something great with a female, and whatever the number spent, that's whatever. I don't think about that.
Yeah.
Because dudes haven't got to past that level of thinking of a number.
Yep, I agree.
So I want to shift it then to more of a solution-based aspect. So if that's the case, what do you think that men can do to get to that next level, to be able to make enough money and provide a nice dating experience?
Yes, it's based on them becoming something. It's based on them becoming the best version of themselves. A lot of dudes are out here dating. They're out here dating when they're out here trying to get 8s, 9s, and 10s when they're still 3, 4, or 5.
That's real. Yeah, that's real.
I mean, that's your experience.
Yeah.
Most dudes want a top 10 dating experience when they're still a 5 or a 6. And what I mean by that is if you as a guy haven't went and worked on yourself, you got to work on you. You got to understand, fool, you're on the date. You. So the date is going to be based on how you are.
Good way to put it.
So a dude who wants a better dating experience, you go get better, bro.
Yeah, that's real.
You go get better. So when I make a video and says, okay, well, if I want a better dating experience, let me just work on myself. I'm going to go make some money. I'm going to figure out how to make some money, bro. It's because there's no woman on planet Earth that you're going to date and you ain't going to spend money. Not one.
Yeah, that's real.
Not one. But it ain't even about the woman. It's just that I just need to make money. Next thing, let me go get in shape. And let me just make sure I'm in top physical shape, because who you think a woman's going to choose a dude who's in shape or out of shape? That's common sense, right?
Right.
Let me get good at talking. It's because if I go on a date, I have to do what? Talk. All this is common sense.
Yeah.
But common sense ain't coming. So because common sense ain't coming, it comes off as doing too much.
Right.
Or you're overcompensating, or you're trying to be somebody you're not. No, bro. It's you got to work on you. In anything that you do, when you make the best version of yourself everything that you do has a better version.
I agree.
So if you make the best version of yourself, anything that you do is a better version.
Yeah.
Meaning that if you broke on the street right now, if you go on dates, they ain't gonna go that well. Versus you take 5 years, you work on yourself, you make money, you become charismatic, you now start going on dates. Now you start, you can make any girl become your girlfriend now. It's the person
That you become.
they have to work on themselves to become the person they want to be.
Do you think women slow you down when you're working on your purpose, or do you think that's an excuse?
A woman should just be like cheesecake. Cheesecake is great, right? But cheesecake is also good with a cherry on top.
Yeah.
And some sauce, right?
Yeah.
All a woman is somebody who just comes into what you already got going on.
Huh.
You don't stop what you're doing. You don't take your foot off the gas. No, it's like I'm moving. Oh, you want to be a part of this ride? Okay, cool. Get in the passenger seat. Be quiet and let's roll. Be pretty. Yes, you want to compliment me, this and that, but I'm already headed in this direction. Sit in the passenger seat and let's roll. So when dudes be like, women will slow me down, this, that, fool, you already slowed down. You ain't doing nothing anyway.
That's real.
You already slowed down.
Why do you think girls call that misogynistic?
What?
Like, oh, why do I got to jump onto his program? Why do you think girls are like that nowadays?
It's because if I'm already moving at 100 miles per hour, I got myself to 100 miles per hour. What you think you're going to come in and I've already been doing this before you came in.
Yeah.
So just jump on the ride and let's roll.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, women aren't getting into relationships and building dudes up. They want to get in a relationship to where dudes already built up.
No, that's
I
real.
agree.
Like the relationships to
agree.
where a woman builds a man, that's 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
We're in a day and age where women ain't getting with dudes who are on
Different
the way
now.
up.
Yeah,
that's
that's
just
real.
reality.
That's real.
They're not getting with dudes who are on their way up. They're getting with the dudes who are already moving.
That's real.
And then when they start talking about this, well, I want to come in and be a partner in this and that. I'm like, you wouldn't even want the dude if he wasn't at 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
You ain't looking at the dude who's at 3 miles per hour. You're not looking at them. You're looking at the dudes who are moving fast, who got all this stuff going on. So you can't come in talking something, you want to be a partner and this and that. No, all you're going to do is slow that man down. No, how about you just hop in the passenger seat and roll?
So
How about that?
So a question for you. So would you wait until you were at a good financial situation before bringing a woman into your life? Or do you think it doesn't matter?
No, if a dude can find a woman who is willing to ride it out with him, then definitely do that. Because the issue with being a guy who works his way all the way up and he's an elite level guy is now you just got to see if the woman just wants you for you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the hard part.
Right. So I tell a lot of the guys that I know, some friends, I was like, bro, I wish I had what you had, bro. I wish I had a woman that I started dating 10 years ago. It was my wife. I don't have to be dealing with none of this stupid shit out here, man.
Yeah.
I wish I had that. But see, I didn't have a girl at that time that was just that serious with, because I was, working on me.
Grinding.
Yeah. So, and I was grinding. So because I was grinding, and I started to get some things, and now I'm starting to date. Well, now you got to find a girl who's like really for you, who's really there for you.
How do you think you do that?
You said, how do you do that?
How do you vet a woman out when you're making money now? Because now women want to come into your life when you're successful. You got money coming in. You got a social media presence. So how do you vet who wants you for you and who just wants you to be like for the fame and stuff like that, and for the money?
I mean, that's a great question, man. That's a great question. I think that's something that I'm still trying to figure out right now. I don't do a whole bunch of dating. Like, I talk about dating because I give my experiences to when I was dating with no results and dating with a lot of results. Like when I started making money, my dating experiences were better.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wanted to learn and be better at my dating experiences. So I started learning all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I need to start doing it this way because I got better results doing that. Or I need to start doing this way because better results doing that. I just pay attention and I'm curious.
Right.
But now I only date a woman that I really, really want or see something with. Other than that, I'm not going on multiple dates a week.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Waste
I
of
don't have
time.
time to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm working. So the thing is it just takes a guy. You're gonna have to date multiple women to really find who's that one for you. And that's just gonna be based on what the guy wants. Every guy wants something different.
Yeah.
You know, for me, honestly, I just want a chick who's peaceful, who's sexy, who's just a regular chick who just want to be along for the ride.
That feminine energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know you were saying your dating experiences before and now. If you could talk back to your younger self,
Right.
what would you tell him?
Man, I would tell that dude, if I could talk to my younger self, I would have told that dude to be grateful for everything that was happening at that moment. At those times, back in those years, I wasn't as grateful as I was.
Huh.
I wasn't. Because I didn't understand what was happening. Like, I didn't get it. Like, when I first got into sales, man, I mean, I'll have some down days when I wasn't making that much money, and I wasn't taking the opportunity that serious. I would show up to the office late sometimes, and I would go out drinking with my fraternity brothers sometimes, and I wasn't 100% locked in on the opportunity. Now, looking back, I look at Alex 12 years ago, I was like, damn, you took that shit for granted, bro. You should have been so locked in, bro. You should have gotten rid of every distraction, because I was being molded at the time. I didn't know it.
Didn't even realize.
And I didn't know I was being molded until years later in the process.
Right.
I was like, hold on. I'm thinking this is a negative experience because I'm not making that much money. I'm thinking it was a negative experience. But I didn't understand that I was being molded into a person who can make money.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna make money and be molded at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So when I look back, I was like, man, I was learning to be persistent. I was learning to have a positive attitude. I was learning to have confidence. I was learning all those things about myself when I was at zero. I was a clay mold that didn't have. I was a pot of clay, a piece of clay that wasn't molded yet. And me learning how to be persistent molded me a little bit more. Me learning how to be confident molded me a little bit more. Me learning how to be grateful molded me a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it took years of me being molded into a person who can even get results.
Yeah.
Most people don't understand is, if you want to get results, you have to be molded into a person who can get results. This is what I tell guys all the time. The level of money you making is the level of your personal development where you are right now. So if you ain't making much money,
that's a good one.
that means you ain't developed yet, bro.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Dudes are so focused on worry about making money. I'm like, bro, you do know you gotta make the money, right?
That's a jam right there.
So is it about the money or is it about you? It's about you. You need to get better.
That's a jam. I think it's easy to navigate different things that happen in life when you have that mindset that everything is for my molding, for my better, for my future. But when you have that mindset of like, instead of like everything for me versus like why me,
Right.
Why
Everything is for you.
Yeah. So no, that's
Everything
a
is
gem
for
right
you.
there.
And then I'll
Absolutely.
say two more last questions for you. You said you're in a fraternity. What fraternity are you in?
Kappa outside.
Oh, okay, we're
not
alphas.
Outside. You alphas?
Yeah, both
Oh,
of us.
damn.
We're LBs, actually. We're LBs.
Why would you do that?
I didn't even know. You said fraternity. I'm like, fraternity? I knew it was Kappa too. I had a feeling. I was like,
Right,
this man
right.
probably
Nice.
Kappa. Okay.
What school y'all went to?
We went to Florida Atlantic University in Boca.
Yeah. What number are you?
That school's lit.
What number are you?
I was a Deuce Club.
Okay.
Trade
Trade
club.
8.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
cool
what's
though.
up.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
And then, so my last question for you.
Right.
All right. So what's something that you wish people knew about you? Actually, I don't want to end it with that one. I really want to know, what type of legacy will you leave onto this world?
Man, I'm going to help mold thousands of men because I was molded. Like, I got something that was done to me that I got to do to other people. And what do I mean? In my early years, man, getting into sales and having mentors and coaches, they taught me philosophies and they distilled things into me that changed my life forever, bro. There was no way you would be knowing me right now if it wasn't for the molding and the teachings and the philosophies that I learned from my mentors. So why would I get to a point to where all this stuff I learned over all these years started helping me become successful and I not do it for other people? That's a selfish thing. That's the most selfish thing in the world, bro. That's the most selfish thing in the world. It's because most people are lost, is what I'm discovering. Most young men are absolutely lost, bro. How do I know? I have thousands of DMs. I just scroll down my DMs of all these dudes wanting help. Want help with a girl, want help with a money situation, want help with their fitness. Bro, there's so many dudes out here lost. It's because if they weren't, why ain't everybody having the results like me? Why isn't everybody in shape? Why is everybody making more money? Why isn't everybody have the girl of their dreams? Or why doesn't everybody have the life of their dreams? It's because they are not being molded into a person. Maybe they don't know how to do it. Or maybe they don't know where to start.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have the money. Or maybe they don't understand personal development. It can be a million things on why. But guys poured into me. I was poured into. So I'm going to do the pouring too.
Nice.
It's only right if I do the pouring. Because if it wasn't for those philosophies and those mentors and those coaches and everything, bro, I wouldn't be here, bro.
That's
I
right.
don't know where I would be. I'll probably be some regular dude doing whatever. But because I got in an environment of people preaching excellence and people preaching that, hey, Alex, you are where you are in life because of what's going into your mind. The only way to change where you are in life is to change what goes into your mind. So I was like, well, I guess I gotta start building myself. I gotta start changing myself. So I started getting into the books and the mentors, and I started doing the sales and working on myself. And as each year went by, my life just started to change. My life just started to change. I was like, this is the secret. This is the secret. The secret is personal development. You work on you. Whatever you do to you will determine whatever you do works, the level of it working or not. Yeah. So the secret is you.
That's real.
That's the secret.
That's right.
If anybody looking for a secret, it's in the mirror. You're the secret.
That's right.
Because you're going to be the person that creates whatever you create out here. So my job right now, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because it ain't about me, man. It ain't about me. I could have just kept doing what I was doing. And you know, it's just a lot of successful people out there who think like that. They ain't online trying to help nobody. They ain't trying to help people, man. They done made they money. They made way more money than any of us in this room will ever make. They ain't out there helping nobody, man. But at the same time is they still help people. They change thousands of lives with their product, their service, their employment, this and that. And I'm not at that level yet. So the best thing I can do is get on these social media platforms and give the game. But before I leave here, man, I'm gonna have impacted thousands, if not millions of people.
You will, definitely.
Man, I was even gonna ask a follow-up question, but like I think that was just a solid way to go out, bro. I think that was definitely a solid way, man. Alex, man, we appreciate you being here and dropping like a lot of game, man. Yeah, man. You got a lot of gems, man, for sure. You got a lot of gems, bro. Knowledge.
That's been another episode of the Mic Check Show, kicking it off with Alex Inman for season 2. A great way to start. We appreciate you having you here, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
With the clean suit.
Right. Got the MPHC in the house.
Yes, sir.
See you guys later.
Actually, hold on. Before, Alex, where can they find you?
Yes.
Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm mainly posting. Instagram as Alex M. Inman. That's ALEXMINMAN. That's ALEXMINMAN. Alex M. Inman on Instagram. You can find me there.
Boom.
Perfect. See you guys in the next episode.
Peace.
Love.
And cut.
Yes, sir.
Fire. Oh! Bro, I gotta talk for another 5 hours.